Let's welcome our next speaker, Elona Lopari.
Thank you so much for having me here. What a great service you're doing to people watching. Amazing nuggets. All the speakers are so amazing. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you. I'm excited to have you as a speaker because you are another powerhouse leader of leaders, and amazing business marketing and sales strategies. So Elona helps driven service providers, CEOs scale their 6 and 7 figure business through proven branding, marketing, sales, and team building strategies so that they can build wealth and have lifestyle freedom without sacrificing their mission. How powerful is that?
Yeah, thank you so much, Edith. I was thinking as all the speakers were going, because there's so much nuggets and we all interject in the personal branding. I love how everyone spoke about the mission, vision, how to build a bigger brand besides, and connect our messaging, our personal stories, especially if we have a service online today. It's all about the trust building, and people actually buy us, right? They buy the emotional connection they have with us. So it's so important to really tie all of those components. So I'm going to attempt to do just that, kind of give your audience a little bit of a more high level strategy,
Yeah.
because that is what I love to do, sort of look at the bigger vision and mission of my clients and start to connect all these different systems that we all need to have in our business, from lead generation, from marketing, from sales, and then eventually also hire with team. And how is it that they actually work together, and so they're supposed to work together in really great harmony with one another. So as I mentioned, I was, my journey was my personal stories because of my journey. So I love that one of the prior speakers spoke about that. Your brand has to be very authentic to you, and all the words, the key words of your brand really come from your personal experience, right? And you know how to speak about that better than anybody. That's why I help purpose driven entrepreneurs, because everyone has a unique journey, and the way that we want to manifest that journey in the world and attract our ideal client avatar or our ideal audience is through all those stepping stones that we have come across. So we will intentionally attract the clients that are going to mirror our journey. So we really are always helping someone that's a couple of steps behind us, and we really have now grown and gotten the tools that we want, that we need to overcome certain things so that we can help them. So I'm big on audience building and community building, because it's beautiful to have a website, it's beautiful to have a logo, but let's face it, at the end of the day, if the client does not resonate with your message and the way that you are really speaking their language, with their pain points, with the results they want to achieve, what their journey is going through, what have they tried that really has not worked, if you don't really understand who your audience is. And it's so important to, if you are at the beginning level of entrepreneurship, I went through all the journey of wanting to help everyone and not understanding all these different components, but really understanding that we are the guide in our client's journey, really. So with our brand or our business or our company is the guide that offers our clients, which should be the hero of the story. I love Donald Miller's books on branding and marketing, because it is so important that we take, through our messaging, our clients through that journey. So it's important to really have that audience that we want. We need to speak to the right audience, because you can have a particular really intuitive great messaging, but you could be speaking to the wrong people, right? So that's where all of these things have to connect, with one another. So whatever platform you're on, your marketing, so pretty much lead generation is how you bring people to your world, right? And there's so many
Mm.
strategies towards this. You can do lead generation just like this. A lot of people speak, and bring in people to their audience that way. Their ecosystem is what I call it. You can do podcasting, you can increase your visibility. You can go into other communities and tap into the audience that you actually would like to serve, and bring people over to your world. You can DM. I love that someone actually said here at the beginning, when we connect with people as human beings, it is never selling. I build my whole business on service mindset. It's always about serving, because that person, if I did not reach out to them, I could have never had the opportunity to get to know them and also be able to eventually down the line through my nurturing system really get to serve them at the higher level with the service that I have to offer. So it's really important to really overcome a lot of mindset things when, you know, we see maybe online marketing done wrong, or maybe people sending us sales messages on Messenger and we're like, oh my God, you know, I don't want to do that. That's why it's so important to really understand the right approach to relationship building. And building virtual relationships is really no different from live relationships. It takes time to build trust. We always have to serve. When we connect with somebody, invite them over to your world and say, I have something really valuable based on you doing your research and understanding who, you know, you want to, you who you can actually help, and really bring them to your world and then nurture them from there. Send them free things, send them guides, send them things that you have created, because you have created those things out of your experience from also working with your clients. So it's really valuable resources so that your prospect, so to speak, in the marketing world, right, really warms up to you and they build that know, like, and trust that everyone spoke about, because marketing is all about building, nurturing, and building that trust, right? So lead generation is bringing people from all these different strategies towards you. Marketing is warming them up, and really understanding how to create content in today's world is really, really important, because your content, I always say, I never outsource my content creation, because that's my brand message, my voice. I get inspired with content out of everywhere. So obviously, I know that in my audience, my people are going to resonate with my vulnerability of, or whatever I want to share, that's going to differentiate me from another business strategist that is doing what I am doing. Because my authenticity, my personal story, the way that I give value, it is so different from someone else. That's why another rule I have is make sure your content is top notch. Today, we cannot get by with copy paste content, right? You're building someone else's brand. You need to build your own unique brand. So that only comes from you being authentic and being very intuitive. I also speak a lot about intuition in my brand building, because in order to be on purpose, a lot of times you're constantly realigning your business, your messaging, to really align, you know, with the things that speak to your ideal audience. So really listen to your people. It's key. And a lot of times I've always say that our avatars a lot of times changes, our messaging elevates as we grow in our business. I'm not here, you know, where I started. So we have to stay open to the alignment. And also through the work we do with our clients, we get so much more clarity over our messaging, over the things that they hold them back. So everything can be great education. I'm big on education and inspiration. Those are my main go-to in my content. I'm working on entertainment. People also want to be entertained, because marketing, you know, marketing statistics, we have to increase visibility, right? People have to see at least 7 times, so they actually, you know, you are cutting through the online noise and they actually have a chance to start consuming your content. So that's the second part. So having a lead generation system in your business, having a marketing system that really nurtures the people that you have, whether it's through your email list, through your Facebook community, through wherever you're building your communities, through TikTok, through LinkedIn, through Instagram, having a strategy that ties in with a bigger vision for each platform, and also having a system behind how to build all these relationships. It's what most online entrepreneurs are now actually missing. And then the sales part is really qualifying people, taking them through the journey so that you can get them, you can qualify them, you understand how to qualify your audience. Once you have earned the right to get on a connect call and qualify your audience, then you have also earned the right to a consultation call, because now you know more about them, you understand that you actually can help them. So that will be the process of you finally closing your sale, right? So getting people on a sales call is where you're putting money in the bank. In all those 2 areas, the first 2 areas, you most likely are spending money, because lead generation, if it's not organic, if you're doing it through an ad, obviously you're spending money to get your ideal client in your world, and you still have to do the marketing, the nurture, and all that. You can't get away from that, right? So And then the sales is where you actually are bringing in money to the table. So you need to have all those three components in your business working alongside with you. Is the foundation of any business if you really want to build a business that's creating income for you, but also is giving you that freedom lifestyle that we all sort of started with our businesses, and then we end up, working, I don't know, 90 hours a week, like 100 hours a week sometimes. So, understanding like the back pieces and the backbones of all of this. And then, of course, that's where we need the team also to really help us with all these different pieces and components in our business. So that's kind of like the major four pillars, I would say, that I work with my clients on. And alongside, as we build, all these different components, which take time, business is a journey, right? None of this is overnight. We work on really utilizing the warm networks that people already have, so that we could see if there is potential and opportunity for us to serve someone right away. And maybe they're already warm, they already know you. It's just a matter of really building up that courage, as we said, to connect with them, rekindle again, see where they are, especially if we have left them, and we haven't spoken to them in a long time, see where they are, get on a connect call, warm up to them and see where they are, where you are. And that way, not only, you might get a client, but you also might get so much more collaboration opportunities, because obviously visibility and strategic partnerships are also another whole side of the business that you constantly have to put yourself out there and really nurture yourself, nurture different communities, and add to your audience. You should be doing these things at all times. I know it sounds overwhelming, but that's why I say one step at a time. That's why I call myself a strategist. I don't resonate with coach, because for me, it's all about strategy and really strategizing your life and business. It's not different. It's one thing, so that you can start implementing these things in your day-to-day activities that you do, so that you're not overwhelmed, but you are working on the right priorities and the right strategy for the season of business that you're actually in.
Yeah, that's crucial, not to get a strategist to help you along the way, because it could be overwhelming for somebody, especially starting out. But how amazing it would be to take them to that level straight away, if they enroll into a program that is super supportive with their branding and marketing strategy. That's super important. You touched a little bit about marketing channels. Um, would you want to explain a little bit more about it, or is there anything else you would like to add?
Sure. I want to talk about what you said before about learning this.
Okay.
As I speak a lot about business skills. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to learn skills. You're the CEO of your business. You're the visionary of your business. So a lot of times, I know we just don't want to deal with certain things because we're like comfortable, or we're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But in order for you to start hiring and growing and setting systems in place, you need to go first. You need to understand the high level business strategy of your business, and everything is a skill. Whether you're going to go and pitch or do a speaking event just like this on a summit, right? You got to just grow with it, right? That's why business and life and personal growth is just one thing, because you're growing through a lot of things. Whether if you have to do a live for your branding and for your nurture and your marketing with your audience, so they can build know, like, and trust with you faster, you got to do that, right? It's all skills. So, that's what I want everyone to understand, that everything is a skill. And now I've worked with lots of people, so I know that with enough practice and repetition, you're gonna not be good at the beginning, but you improve as you go along. Now, as far as channels of marketing and lead generation, like I said, you can work on all organic. You can grow your audiences, whether it's your Facebook platform you're using, Instagram. Again, depends who your client is, depends who your service is. Obviously, certain platforms are better for certain things. So if you have a product, maybe Instagram is the better place for you, right? But I mostly focus on service-based businesses because I'm also very niched in what I do. But whether you're growing these platforms, you need to be able to understand how to work these platforms so that you are adding people to your network that are your ideal prospects. I speak very often about quality over quantity. It's not so important to have a million followers and people you never connected with, and they're not even your ideal client because they're never going to even resonate with your message, than to have 300 people on your network, let's say on LinkedIn, and you have a great relationship with each person, right? So I would rather have that because that's already a warm network and that you can continuously nurture and eventually close as a client, because that is the right person that is going to benefit for what you do. So all these social media platforms are great lead generation machines, or whatever you like to, or channels, let's say, right? Strategic partnerships are a great channel, right? Podcast guesting is another great channel that you can go increase your visibility, bring people to your audience. Participating as a speaker in this summit is a great channel because now we can network with one another. We understand one another better. We are building the know, like, and trust eventually together, so that you just never know where maybe I could collaborate with Ritu, right? She does personal branding, and you just never know. We might have similar audiences, but we offer different services. So finding really communities where you are in good synergy with, with the people there, and finding opportunities of collaboration where you can create a great referral partnership with one another, exposing yourself, visibility. PR is another amazing way, right? Giving yourself that authority. It's funny because I just made a piece of content today on engineering your celebrity. It's really important to stand out in the marketplace, and you need to be seen as that expert and that authority in your business. Otherwise, you're just going to blend in with everyone else that says that they do what they do. And that's how we build trust faster. Whether you can go in on shows or publications that have your ideal audience, but see, it all starts with clarity. That's why clarity, purpose, intentionality are so important in your business, because you're not driving yourself. Most problem that entrepreneurs have today is that they're distracted. They just want to help everybody. They're not clear on who their audience is. They're not clear with their messages. They don't know, what results they offer, what pain points their audience has, all of these things. And of course, they are splitting their energy in 20 million directions. I say in today's business world, the biggest skill that is to be learned is focus. The more
Mm.
focused you are, the more intentional and the result and the better results you will be getting, right? And a lot of times we don't understand how to not be so busy because we feel this sense of urgency with everything. Everything's important. We have to create content. We have to, serve the clients. We have to do our marketing. We have to go and collaborate. We have to start conversations, right? So really having these different systems in place in your business is going to be the lifesaver. Otherwise, you're just going to get burned out and hate the mission you're on, right? That's what I hate to see. That's my personal why of why I want to help entrepreneurs with my experience to build the business skills that they need. Because what's the point of you not being fulfilled? I mean, eventually, if you just overwork yourself, you're just going to not enjoy the mission you're on, as even if it's a beautiful calling and you feel served to really, make this impact with the world. Another thing I always talk about is the impact. For a lot of people that have, things with visibility and like all these things we have to do, well, how are you supposed to make the impact if you don't go and go to those audiences that actually need to hear the message that you have to share with the world, right? So it's really about the impact that you make. And if you don't have all these different components in your business, then you start to really not like, what you're doing. And I've run through burnout. I've run through a lot of these different things. I've undercharged. Undercharging is another big problem because people don't understand how to do all these different components. So they'd rather do the easier thing, and then kind of, how are you making money if you even have no audience, if you're selling a low ticket offer to a low audience, right? You're never going to be successful. So really understanding business model also is one of my other passions, to really set yourself in the right path. And offering a model that aligns with you. It's your life experience that you're putting into, you're packaging it, you're messaging correctly, and you are articulating the value to the right person that knows how to find that valuable, right? We also have to understand we have two buyers, price and value. We need to find the buyers that really see the value in what we have to offer and see their past buying patterns. If they've never purchased your offer before, that is such a hard market to be in. You're gonna need to do lots of energy, giving before you even get back much, because the mindset of that audience is not there. So we need to go to people that are already aware that, the rest of it has to become about nurturing them and really positioning ourselves as different from someone else. Finding the gaps is so important, whether it's gaps in the market, gaps in your offer, gaps in what your client is not being served currently by other service providers in your industry, and the things that you're actually offering. It's so important in you articulating when you are speaking to a client or when you are creating a piece of content, because we want to make sure that we logically have to understand, like, what are we actually buying? How is this actually going to help me in my life, and why is this important, and really tying all those different components for people.
Wow. You gave so many secrets and so many nuggets of your wisdom. It's just amazing to hear you and hear your passion for helping and supporting your clients. Thank you so much. Do you have any final tip for entrepreneurs around marketing?
So, just the final message I have that I always say, I even wrote my book on this terminology, is that life is a journey, business is a journey, entrepreneurship is a journey. So, we have to understand that we have to really work on our self belief. I think that's like the most important part of anything we do. We have to believe so passionately about what we do and why we do it, that everything else becomes just a transfer of energy. And of course, your job is going to be how to focus your strategically that energy in the right channels. Otherwise, you don't have a limited amount, right? A lot of people spoke about that today. So really understanding, the mission behind your why, and it's always for other people, and really
Yeah.
making your business about the impact that you make really helps you, remove all the brain noise, all the mindset things, all the days you don't want to show up. 80% of your success as entrepreneurs is showing up when you don't want to show up, right? So
Yeah.
building those habits. I also speak a lot about entrepreneur success habits, because I think that's so important in the day-to-day running of a business. We can all understand the theories and the things we need to do. I can give you all the strategy, and I do, right? I give you all the strategy, but if you don't want to implement it, or if you can't implement it because you don't really understand, you don't feel really aligned, and you don't want to take the action and mess up a lot of times. Entrepreneurship is always about testing. You're also got to be open to testing. Nothing I do goes 100% right all the time. I just learn from the process. You have to fall in love with the process of growth and the reason why you do what you do. Those two have to be intact. The rest just becomes about, you getting the right help and support, and really start to layer those foundations in your business slowly but surely. So I would say that would be my final message for all entrepreneurs. It's a journey. Stay on your lane, put your glasses on, stay focused, stay aligned with your mission. Every day, count the wins, because a lot of times we're always, focusing on the things that we didn't go right. And you're always putting in, money into the future investment bank. Whatever you do today, you're going to get it back somehow in 90 days. I wish someone would have told me that early on as an entrepreneur, right? Because sometimes we just expect like fast results, but it's not like that. It's totally a journey. You just have to love the journey, and the rest just becomes about learning, growing, understanding how to do things better, getting closer to your mission and vision, and really serving people at that higher level. That's why I say you have to learn skills as an entrepreneur. I think that's the only thing that make you so knowledgeable and so valuable also when you bring on team, because then you are the leader, right? So you have to have gone through it before you could speak about it. I don't know about anyone here, but I could never speak about something I've never, had a problem I could not overcome, because it just doesn't come out. It's not authentic. Like I would just be like blabbering. So go through it, fall, get up again, fall, get up again. And that becomes now your compass for the beautiful mission you have, the impact you're going to make with your clients, and the impact you're going to make with your team down the line as you will be expanding your brand and your company.
It's crucial. It's crucial, isn't it? And do you have a gift for our audience? Would you like to share with us?
Absolutely. I love to offer your audience a free 30-minute strategy session. These are the most valuable because we could just sit there and through the right questions, give people the clarity that they need, and also help them pinpoint the gaps that they might need in their business in implementing all these different strategies, and also seeing where is it that they are leaving money on the table, where is there opportunities for cash flow in their business. So I would love to offer your audience that. I'll include the link in the chat to schedule a free strategy session together.
Wonderful. I will email everyone as well. And thank you so much for this amazing chat and fantastic knowledge about marketing strategy and all different channels and things that we've got to learn and overcome those obstacles as a business owner. We get to constantly evolve and learn. So it was just a beautiful, informative interview. So thank you so much.